lost in the future, obsessed with the next climb. But look right here beside us, just slow down and see the quiet, gentle magic that happens naturally. The way the light hits softly, the coffee's perfect steam, a scene too sweet for dreaming, better than any dream. Don't let the small things vanish, don't let them disappear. These are the quiet anchors that keep us steady.
Hey friends, so I am ready to share with you my little back to school decorating. I am just going to give you a tour of what I did. I worked so hard yesterday. I was cleaning, I was decorating, cleaning stuff out. You know, one thing leads to another, and it really does. So we're going to start out front at the front door, and I'm just going to walk through and share everything with you. And I did want to tell you, I had a friend of mine that suggested that I start doing some shorts and maybe like sharing how I chose to decorate that space, because she always tells me, you know, you can see things, I can't see it. Maybe do some teaching videos of how you put some things together. So I'm going to start doing that this next week with some of the things that I did for back to school. But let's go ahead and get started, and let me share with you all my fun back to school decor. So this is the wreath on my front door. Y'all, it is so humid right now. I'm hoping that I am going to be able to film this pretty well. These are the wreaths that I use all the time, and all I did was add some of my little school ribbon, and I think it's so cute. If I look at something long enough, I'll be making changes to it, so I'm going to leave it for right now. I changed out my rug just with the red and white one. I already had this, and I already had that. I did not go buy anything new. I just tried to find something that would coordinate well with that wreath. And then on my little topiaries, I did some of the red and yellow to match. Put one of my little school buses here, and then I've got my crayons here with that topiary. I know this is ugly, but this is Caroline's extension for her tumbling mat, and so we just push it over there in the corner. You know, the only people that really come to this store are the delivery people, but hey, maybe it gives them a little joy when they see something seasonal out here. So there is the front. Okay, we're going to start in here. I don't do everywhere, just a few spots. So here in the den, we'll just start over here with the mantle. This is very similar to what I have done for the past several years. I did make a few changes up top. Those are candlesticks that I already had, and I decided kind of to put those crayons up there beside them. And then those are my little books stacked up with my apple on top. And then I've had this little garland for a while. I think I bought that when I was teaching and used it in my classroom, and it's one of the things I did bring home. And then I added my little crayons, which I've been using this for a long time too. And these are chalk in the center, so you could do, you know, some type of writing or banner with it if you wanted to. And then my pencil, my little apple, and then the globe. And then I added a couple of pictures of Caroline when she was in kindergarten also. So that just kind of gives it a special touch. I do have a banner that I ordered for the first day of school, but we're gonna wait on that, and then I'm gonna let her take it if they want to use it with her little friend group. So there is the mantle. Okay, and on the coffee table, I already had this little scallop basket there, and then these are some of the things that you saw me pull out. I did feel like my bus needed to come up a little higher, so I just put the book underneath it, and then some apples in it. And then I had that red candlestick, and then I just added a little touch of green right there. So that is what's on the coffee table. And pretty much that's all I did in here, was just do my mantle and my coffee table. And I did bring my little gingham pillows back out, but for the most part, I didn't really do anything else in here. Right, Hampton? Yes, I know. Mama's been busy. So that's that. So I have quite a bit in the kitchen. I changed this little area down here. This is a basket I'd recently gotten at a thrift store. and I just put the wreath in it with some apples and then added the little dish towel. I thought that played well into what I have on the island. And this is my little runner that I got new this season. And I kind of thought, well, I don't need to get this, you know, because I was using that side in the spring. But I love this blue and white gingham, and I've already used it several times since I turned it over because it is reversible. So here in the center, I moved this earlier, so let me kind of move that back. I just have my candlestick with a blue candle, and then one of my little school buses, thrift store find. I think this was a thrift store find, and then put a little greenery there. I just think that looks super cute on the island. It's not too busy. I really like it there. And then I went ahead, since this is kind of same view, your eyes are going that way. I already had that wreath up, so I just added the red little dots there. Palms, that's what they are, little palms. And put the little apple in the center. I'll show you that a little bit better in a minute. And then on my kitchen table, so Trent had gotten me some flowers for our 31st wedding anniversary, and I already had those, so I just decided to incorporate them on this table. And now I'm thinking I'm gonna have to keep fresh flowers in here for a while, but I did keep a big apple out if I want to change it, but I really like the way it looks, so I may just stick with the flowers and do the white apple somewhere else. So I just put, I'm really loving the red and the yellow together. So these are the ones I bought this year on Amazon, and I already had that gingham red. So I added that. Caroline's first day of kindergarten picture. It's so sad. And then one of my little apples that I got at a thrift store, and this little pencil came from Hobby Lobby. And then over here is the wreath where I put the apple and added the little palms. I love this stuff under it. And then over here in this corner, this is the little gold books I shared with you, and that little apple. And I just left it like that because I felt like that was enough on its own. These came from the Target. I don't know about the apple, the books did. The Target bullseye section a couple years ago. Not really doing them much now, I don't think, but. And then this is the little painting that Hope did when she was in elementary school. And I actually hung it over the outlet there because I don't really like seeing the outlet anyway, and it hung perfectly there. And then I did the chalkboard to say senior for this upcoming year, and another first day of school picture with her kindergarten teacher. Y'all, I feel like that was yesterday. And then on my little stand, I put my bus and did one of the crayons and the little apple. So that's kind of in here, just to give you kind of an idea of all of that. And then I just added this little red apple beside what was already here, beside the ice machine. It makes so much noise. You can't really see this section much, so I didn't do a whole lot with it. And then this corner, this was, again, one of her kindergarten pictures and something that they made early in the year. So I thought because she was in pink there, I could just add my pink apple and then some of my little florals. So I really like that sweet little section. And I always enjoy doing my shelves. This has been one of my favorite things. I don't think I'm a person that could ever have nothing but open shelving, but I like this spot because it gives me an area to do something seasonally without it being overwhelming or too much. I typically always keep like some white dishes and then a few touches of that brown up here, and then I just decorate around that. So I just, again, added ribbon and the yellow palms. That's my little girl. That's a thrift store thing, and the crayon. I thought they were cute together, and that was one of the little Target apples. One of my thrift store apples, and then up there I have a thrift store apple and a little sign, and the little boy, you can probably see him better in the pictures, but there he is. And then another one of my little school buses, since I went so happy on the buses this year. And then I just put some of my little can't even think of the word, y'all, clothespins that have the little school stuff there. And then y'all know I love decorating my plate rack. This has been so much fun for me every season. I did not have this last year back to school, so I always just kind of have to piddle with it for a while and see how I want it, you know, to arrange it and make the colors work. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in one of the shorts, so make sure that you're watching. So this was a client gave me this. Added again some ribbon and the little apple. There's another crayon, the little plate I had. I usually keep something hanging right here that stays up all the time, so I thought the pencil would be good there. And then this was her little kindergarten graduation outfit. Oh, it's so sad. And then another little pencil. And I also have these little pencil magnets. I think I got these at a thrift store. But when I change this to August and have all the school stuff on it, that'll look really cute there. And then here is my beautiful dish towel that I got recently that have some of my favorite books on here. And I think it looks really pretty in the kitchen too. So that's it. Just another little look at all my little goodies in here. Even though I've done it for a long time, I never do it the same. So I always kind of have to rethink what I'm doing. And then in the dining room, we come in the back door, so we always see this section. My dining room gets a lot of use at holidays and different family events throughout the year, but when it's not in use, honestly, I don't go in here a whole lot. So I've got my rug drying over there. I always try to put a seasonal pillow right here. I actually moved this little bench in here this past year. And since I've done it, I have so loved my little seasonal pillow. Just keep it at a minimum, but I see it every day when we're coming in and going out. So I put that there. And then this little basket, I just added some little flowers and a couple of apples. So just a little touch, not too much, but enough to kind of keep us in the spirit over here. I hope you're going to be able to hear. I want to go in the laundry room, but that washing machine is going and it is so loud. I did put an apple in here and just moved a few little things around, just a touch in the guest bathroom. And then I put my other little dish towel that was in my set. If I see another one of these, I think I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to get another set. I love them that much, and then I could have 2 in here and 2 in the kitchen. But that's all I put in here. Here's the laundry room. I've got 2 little back to school towels that I put in there, and then my cute little Target pencil and crayon set. Just a little touch in there. And here is the last thing. This is the little wreath I have on the garage door. I pretty much did this the same way as I did last year. I love the little honeycomb, and then that's the little wreath sash that I have with it with the pink. And then I just put one of the little pencils over here and a little apple. So it's simple, but just enough for me when I'm coming in the back door, just to give me a little bit of that back to school touch. So that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I am ready to do nothing for a while. I hope that you enjoyed it and be looking soon. I'm going to take some little areas around and just do some little moments to do some teaching. So thank you again. I hope you'll subscribe, and I hope I'll see you on the next one.